Hey everyone, how's it going? Let me just start off by saying that I got some really awesome answers yesterday about, or I guess today since I'm recording this video now, but about regarding what would you do if your citizens were migrating to another country. Some of you said things like, I would stop them by force, I would kill them, I would send them to prison, which is cool because a lot of world leaders think like that. Other people were a little nicer and said things like, oh, I would find the reason why people are leaving my country and offer them incentives. And the number one incentive that almost maybe 75% of you said was fix the economy, offer them more jobs, do something to get those professionals to stay in your country so that your economy doesn't get ruined. So, una cosa que me gustó de la mayoría de las respuestas era que algunos dijeron que usarían la fuerza para detener o parar la migración de ciudadanos hacia otro país. Algunos dijeron que le iban a meter a la cárcel si es que no se quedaban en su país. Algunos dijeron construir un muro, which is what we're talking about today, the Berlin Wall, or some of you said create a wall. Y de ahí algunos dijeron algo más amable, por decir, que dijeron que iban a encontrar la razón en que sus ciudadanos, sus profesionales estaban yendo o I think huyendo del país, y tratar de proveer un incentivo para que ellos se quedaran. Por ejemplo, algunos dijeron que todo depende en la economía. Entonces, si esos profesionales no tienen trabajo dentro de tu país, vas a tratar de construir algo para darles más trabajo. So I appreciate that very much. Today, the reason why I asked you all that was because we're going to start really briefly the topic of the Berlin Wall and why it was built. So vamos a hablar sobre por qué se construyó el muro de Berlín, que duró desde el año 1961 hasta 1991, cuando terminó la Guerra Fría. So this was about 30 years out of the 40 plus years of the Cold War, from 1961 to 1991. However, today we're just going to talk about the construction of it. At the end of the Cold War, we'll talk about how it ended. So, your due now is to explain the purpose of the Truman Doctrine and the Marshall Plan. Quiero que ustedes expliquen el propósito de la doctrina Truman y el plan Marshall. Y como siempre, como no hay nadie aquí, hoy día tenemos un guest que va a responder este due now. Today we have a lovely guest and his name is Calvin Klein. Mr. Calvin, Mr. Klein. Would you like to answer this now, please? Sure thing, Mr. Herrera. Here I go. So, the purpose of the Truman Doctrine and the Marshall Plan were, let me start that over. They were designed to provide military and economic support to countries who adopted democracy and capitalism and were against communism. Okay, so el propósito era que los dos fueron creados para proveer, I hope that's spelled right, ayuda militar y, más importante, económica. Económica. Jesus. Para apoyar países que adoptaban la democracia y el capitalismo y que estaban en contra del comunismo. Let's just fix these. My Spanish is terrible, I'm sorry. Okay, so that is the purpose of the Truman Doctrine and the Marshall Plan. The majority of you should already know this because we did it at the beginning of this topic. Now, it's important to understand because we're going to see why West Berlin is prospering while East Berlin sucks. Okay, so esto es importante para saber, para darte cuenta cómo Berlín Occidental o Berlín al oeste está prosperando, mientras que Berlín Oriental, al este, está en ruinas. I think that's how you say it. So, here's a quick map of Germany after World War II, in case you've forgotten, which I hope you haven't, because I've shown you this map so many times. Les enseñé este mapa todas las veces, todos los días. Y eso les va a ayudar a recordar sobre de qué hablamos. So here you go. Germany was divided into 4 sectors. East Germany was owned by the Soviet Union. West Germany, all this, was owned by, or was governed by the US, Great Britain, and France. And it would eventually just be one country known as West Germany and then East Germany. But Berlin, the capital right here, the capital of Berlin, of Germany, was in East Germany. So the Allies and the Soviet Union decided or agreed that they would divide Berlin, even though it was in East Germany. So aquí está el mapa de Alemania después de la Segunda Guerra Mundial. Y como ustedes ya saben, Alemania Occidental era gobernado por los Estados Unidos, Francia y Gran Bretaña. Y de ahí tienes a Alemania Oriental, que era dominado o gobernado por la Unión Soviética. Pero, como ustedes ya saben, Berlín quedaba en la parte de Alemania Oriental y se dividió entre todos estos países y se conocía como Berlín Occidental y Berlín Oriental. Alright, so that's just a recap. However, today we are discussing the Berlin Wall. Hoy día vamos a hablar sobre el muro de Berlín, porque antes ya les enseñé sobre el bloqueo de Berlín. I've already showed you, or taught you the Berlin blockade, which did not work, el que fracasó, y 10 años después, Mr. Khrushchev, or el chairman Khrushchev, creates the Berlin Wall. Khrushchev construye este muro de Berlín y la mayoría de personas creen que el muro simplemente dividió a Berlín, pero en realidad el muro iba a todo alrededor de Berlín Occidental porque no querían que nadie entrara a Berlín Occidental, ya que era un país comunista, un país capitalista y un país democrático. So the Berlin Wall, most people think, was created and ended here, just dividing East Berlin and West Berlin. But in reality, the Berlin Wall encompassed or circled all of West Berlin so that no one in Germany can go into West Berlin, seeing as it was capitalist and democratic. So if you look at this map, here's Berlin. It's in a communist nation, but West Berlin, this part right here, is still capitalist and democratic. So they don't want any influence in East Germany. So si ves este mapa, Berlín está aquí dentro de un país comunista, pero Berlín Occidental era capitalista y democrático. Entonces los soviéticos no querían ninguna influencia del capitalismo o de la democracia dentro de su país. And that's why the Berlin Wall was created around West Berlin. Now, moving on. I'm trying to keep this under 10 minutes, so that's why I'm speaking a little bit faster than usual. So this question is to help you understand why the Berlin Wall was created, right? Why did East Berliners migrate to West Berlin? So in East Berlin, which was governed by the Soviet Union, they had no political freedom. The workers had low wages, that's why they all left to West Berlin. And there was communism. So that means that people who were in a good position, who were wealthy, had no private ownership of anything. They couldn't own land, they couldn't do business, they couldn't do anything without the government's consent because the government owned everything. And then because they were under Joseph Stalin and then Nikita Khrushchev, they were under an oppressive government. They had little to no natural rights. So, Berlín Oriental, aquí están algunas de las razones que ellos se huyeron hacia Berlín Occidental. Porque en Berlín Oriental no había libertad política, el sueldo era bajo, por eso los profesionales se querían mudar o huir hacia Berlín Occidental, y había el comunismo dentro de Berlín Oriental. Eso significa que todos esos profesionales, aunque son profesionales, deberían tener su dinero, no tenían el derecho a tener propiedad privada debajo de un gobierno comunismo. Entonces, por eso era otra razón que ellos se mudaban o huyeron hacia Berlín Occidental. Y ya que ellos estaban debajo de gobiernos totalitarios, como la de Joseph Stalin y después la de Nikita Khrushchev, ellos tuvieron bien pocos derechos naturales. So, todo eso es la situación en Berlín Oriental. Pero de ahí miras a Berlín Occidental y ves que hay libertad de expresión, hay libertad política, el sueldo del trabajo era más alto, había capitalismo, entonces tú podías ser tu propio dueño de cualquier empresa, lo que sea, y tenía un gobierno democrático en cual garantizaba tus derechos naturales. So if you look at West Berlin, on the other hand, They had political freedom. They had freedom of speech. They had higher wages. There was a capitalist system, so that means that if you had money, you can own private property. You can have your own land, your own business, your own trade. And because you were a democratic government, you had more rights. You were guaranteed those rights in a democratic government. And then the construction of the Berlin Wall. Nikita Khrushchev and the Soviet Union created the Berlin Wall in 1961. Mind you, this happened a year before the Cuban Missile Crisis. So this also explains why the Cuban Missile Crisis was such a heated conflict. So it was built around all of West Berlin, as I mentioned. It was designed to prevent anyone to migrate to West Berlin, not just East Berliners going to West Berlin. And before the wall was created, in those 10 years from the blockade to the Berlin Wall, there were about 3 million East Berlin citizens that migrated to West Berlin. So 3 million, that's just damaging your economy if you're East Berlin. Meanwhile, in West Berlin, you're getting all these professionals stimulating your economy. So, después los 10 años después del bloqueo de Berlín, que fracasó, Nikita Khrushchev y la Unión Soviética construyeron el muro de Berlín en 1961. Y esto ocurrió un año antes del crisis de misiles cubanos, y por eso ese crisis era un conflicto tan caliente, por decir. So, fue construido alrededor de todo Berlín Occidental, como mencioné en este mapa. Fue diseñado para prevenir la migración hacia Berlín Occidental, y antes de todo esto, antes que se creara el muro, aproximadamente 3 millones de ciudadanos de Berlín Oriental huyeron hacia Berlín Occidental. So, si 3 millones de tus ciudadanos están huyendo hacia tu vecino, hacia el otro país, tu economía está sufriendo drásticamente. So, mientras que tu economía está bajando, el de tu vecino, el país al costado, se está mejorando, porque están usando todos los profesionales, los que le están pagando. Right? So, East Berlin's economy is suffering completely from this. And then, en español, la economía de Berlín Oriental está sufriendo está sufriendo bastante. Porque todos sus ciudadanos y profesionales están huyendo hacia su vecino, que es Berlín Occidental. That being said, I said I wanted to keep it under 10 minutes, but I lied. This is your question of the day. Explain the historical circumstances that led to the construction of the Berlin Wall. So, la pregunta que ustedes van a tener que responder es esta. Explique las circunstancias históricas o la razón que llevó a cabo la construcción del muro de Berlín. I apologize for making this video so long, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's useful. Leave some comments if you think I should change something. Perdón que hice este video tan largo, pero espero que hayan aprendido algo, y por favor dejen algunos comentarios si es que piensan que hay alguna forma que yo pueda mejorar estos videos. Thank you all very much. Get your work done. Keep going.